Welcome back to the Gran Turismo Online League. It is Throwback Weekend, and we are ready to go racing here for the first time ever in the Gran Turismo Online League here at the Goodwood circuit. It's going to be an excellent night of racing here tonight. The Nova race, these guys ready to wheel these high horsepower, heavy cars around this narrow and fast track. Throwback schemes on full show here tonight. It is bound to be a fun one. Will the big three, Javen Tucker, David Pinkston Jr., and Gavin Morrison, continue their dominance of the season, or will there be a new winner here tonight? I'm joined here in the booth by Carson. Carson, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Miles. Thanks for having me. Appreciate the opportunity.
Well, thank you for joining, man. We got 13 of some of the best online drivers ready to go at it here at this track. Now, this track is narrow, it's fast, there's a lot of grass. What do you think some of the challenges these guys are going to face going into this race?
Well, I think it goes perfectly along with what you just said. This is a narrow track. Passing is going to be very challenging. So these drivers got to find their groove, find passing lanes, and just be smart. Don't overdrive the corners and again, take your opportunities when you can to pass.
Now, let's take a look at the qualifying lineup. So qualifying was completed a little bit ago. My Magic Slinky did win the poll, so we got that 1 bonus point, but he chose to invert the field, so he gets the 5 bonus points, took the invert, so the field is flipped. So your starting lineup will be Isaiah Smith, Landon Beach, P2, P3, Jack McKevitt, P4, Crossout Birdie, P5, Board Wharton, P6 will be Yatman, P7, Dante Corrado, P8, David Pinkston Jr., P9, Javen Tucker, P10, Rashad Metz, P11, Ike Clockman, P12, a newcomer who missed out on qualifying, Drifty Durfee, he's going to roll off P12, and P13, the current points leader who also missed qualifying, Gavin Morrison, will roll off P last. So, man, we got a stacked field here tonight. Man, if you're ready, let's head down to the grid and get this thing going. We got to have 25-lap shootout, cautions. It's bound to be a thriller here tonight. Just chaos all over the place. Who will be able to survive the chaos here in the throwback race at Goodwood? 25 laps to determine it all. Have had an amazing couple of last races, but let's get this thing going. Isaiah Smith lines up on the pole. Javen Tucker, or sorry, not Javen Tucker, Landon Beach P2. P3 will be Jack McKevitt. P4, Cross Alberti. And the green flag is out. We are racing here at Goodwood. The throwback race is underway. Pack roars to life down in the turn one. See if everyone can keep it going steady. A lot of contact back there in the pack. Someone already dipping a tire off the racetrack as we're 2 and 3 wide throughout the pack. Ooh, back there in the pack, a big loose moment out of that black car. Gavin Morrison zipping off. Jack McKevitt off track as well. A lot of these guys dipping tires in the grass. Oh, someone around the 16 car. Caution flags for multi-car incidents only. Need 3 or more in order to bring out that caution flag.
Jack McKevitt in the 16 car that spun out.
Yeah, unfortunate break for him early, but man, still a lot of racing. Landon Beach is taking over the lead though. Got another spinner back there in the back. Rashad Metz is around. Landon Beach nudges ahead as the pack rages on behind him.
Tough break for Rashad, who initially qualified in P2.
Yeah, he had a really fast car during practice and qualifying. Early mishap though, but ooh, heavy contact between the chicane. Yatman around. Believe we might have a couple of cars. I'm not sure there. Yeah, 2, 3 cars. That's going to be our first caution of the night. Let's go ahead and throw the yellow on that. Lap 2, caution flag comes out. Big wreck there in that final chicane. A couple of cars went in there side by side. I believe that was Yatman that made some heavy contact. Javen Tucker involved as well. Man, Tucker has had some interesting laps last couple of races. Since we didn't get to talk to him before the race, let's see if we can dial up Javen Tucker real quick and talk to him while we're under caution. What's up, Javen, man? Just had a quick mishap there, kind of bringing out this caution. Didn't get to talk to you before the race, but man, you've had a rough last couple of weeks. How do you think you can turn it around here today?
We can remedy it by having a good race. We got up there on the opening lap pretty well, and then someone just hit the wall in the chicane and just sent us into the other wall. So we got to do it all again, but we'll see if we can get through there.
Well, hopefully he'll be able to bounce back. Good luck. So Atlanta Beach still the current leader. Dante Corrado P2. Cross out Birdie P3. Mostly unchanged in the top couple few. Gavin Morrison, look at him. He's made his way up to P7. Missed out on qualifying. He's already gained around 5 spots, if I'm not mistaken.
Who needs qualifying?
Should be ready to go back to green flag racing this time around. Do single file restarts here. Get ready to go back to... Oh, Rashad Metz. We have another... We're going to add on a lap to this since caution flag remains out. We have a mishap in the last couple. The chicane. Javen Tucker and Rashad Metz spunning out under caution. It's putting more debris on the racetrack. So chaos early. 3 laps in. Both 2 of them have been under caution.
Not a good start for these drivers at Goodwood.
Yeah, it's just tough for these drivers to get around this track. Once things get a little strung out, we should be able to get into a groove here a little bit. Just, it's tough. You gotta, as a lot of guys that I've raced with like to say, don't let your ambition outdo your adhesion. So don't try to overdo it. You can't win the race on lap 1, but you can certainly lose it. Couple of the guys from the back making their way back forward. I believe Dave Pinkston Jr. is in the top 5, making his way back forward. Isaiah Smith, he started on pole after the invert. He's making his way back to the front. Should be about ready to get this thing back to going.
Shout out to Gavin Morrison and Dopey for starting at the back of the field for missing qualifying. They're already pulling up. They're inside the top 8.
Okay, there we go. I believe we're back to green flag racing here, if I'm not mistaken. Landon Beach off the track, able to save it though. Restarting at the penalty marker. Here we go through the chicane. Can everyone keep it clean through here? A lot of heavy contact back in the back. Everyone keeps it straight. Down the front straightaway we go. Into turn number 1. Slipping and sliding their way through the lead. Ooh, a lot of guys heading off of the racing surface trying to keep them things going straight. We do have 1 car around. That's cross out Birdie. He's able to get back going on track. Dante Corrado's taking over the lead. Dave Pinkston Jr. P2, P3 board. Look at Javen Tucker. He's moved his way up into P4. Board Wharton going to the work on that car back there. Drifting derpy around back there in the back of the pack.
Look at Gavin Morrison. He's working on Landon for 5th place.
Yeah, he's getting there side by side between Beach and Morrison here. The crossover move by Gavin Morrison makes little contact. They're able to slip ahead of him though. Here we come through that final chicane. Everyone getting through there clean so far.
As we know, I mean, just look at that chicane there with all those stone wall pieces. That's why it's the toughest place to pass on this track.
It's really narrow. It's only about 1.5, maybe 2 car widths wide. So going through there too wide at speed. Oh, we got a pass for the lead! Dave Pinkston Jr. slips in a quarter panel on Dante Corrado. We're racing hard up front. These cars slipping and sliding. Throwing some slide jobs here at Goodwood.
To echo your point on how narrow these roads are, I mean, look at this. You're lucky if maybe you could even fit maximum of 3 wide on these roads.
Yeah, it'd be crazy to see 3 wide here, but man, look at this battle up front. Dave Pinkston Jr., Dante Corrado dips a tire off, and there's not a lot of runoff here. A lot of the racetracks we go to have a lot of paved runoff and apron. If you mess up, you can kind of save the car. In this place, man, you mess off, you're mowing the grass. 4 car better breakaway now for the lead. These guys battling it out up front. Javen Tucker's got a rear view mirror full of Board Wharton here. Two cars, two going at it for the lead and two going at it for P2. Hell of a race right now here. Slipping and sliding their way up front. Look at the way these cars lean around here. These are some really heavy, high horsepower cars. Ooh, we got a car around back there in the back. Yatman, little contact there, able to get it back going for the most part. Battle rages on up front though. Pinkston Jr., Corrado going at it for the top 2 spot. When will Dave Pinkston Jr. choose to make a move? See, you gotta wait until the right moment now, because you might not want to make a move going into the chicane here. The death chicane, as we might want to call it. As everyone slips and slides. Ooh, both of them slipping off. That's gonna make a huge run for Javen Tucker. Side by side down the front straightaway. Here comes Tucker in third.
We're careful, we might see that 3 wide pretty soon.
Yeah, these guys starting to get aggressive. Now we've set a couple green flag laps. Most everyone's starting to get spread out a little bit now. Everyone's starting to get comfortable with the car and the track. So I think we're going to see some fun moves up front as Pinkston Jr. is taking over the lead and slip and slide. And here comes Tucker for P2. Javen Tucker trying to make a move. Gavin Morrison has slipped up in the P5. You see him back there in the 5th place spot. He's starting to run down these guys.
Got Ward Burton in 4th, watching Javen Tucker and Dante Corrado go at it. Potentially he's waiting to make a move if one of these guys mess up.
Yeah, one of those things you might want to just wait for other guys to make a mistake here, not beat yourself, because pushing yourself too hard could cause you to go off track. Maybe just wait for other people to do that for you. Riding along in the in-car camera now with Javen Tucker in P3 as he negotiates this last chicane here.
Look at how narrow that is. You have to essentially be perfect to get through without hitting the grass.
Makes a pass though side by side for P2 here. Tucker able to clear, not quite, still side by side. Corrado dips a tire off, Tucker to P2. Little contact there, maybe a little physical race, and that might be what it takes to make a pass around this place. Here comes Board Wharton. Wharton starting to make a move. Corrado starting to make a couple mistakes here. Slip up just a bit, and that's all it takes is one tiny slip up to ruin your momentum around this racetrack. And man, the car right behind you will be right in your lap.
You gotta focus on, these drivers gotta focus on being selectively aggressive. Not too aggressive where you put yourself at a risk for a crash, but like Javen did there on Dante, you gotta just find the right moment and make the pass even if you gotta push a little bit.
Gavin Morrison P5, P6, Rashad Metz trying to make his way back up through the pack. Gain some time. Slinky, who won the pole before the invert, he's mired back in P7 trying to make his way back through the pack. And then mostly spread out through that pack. Ooh, Isaiah Smith around back here for P12. Then Pinkston Jr. starting to pull away a little bit. 3 cars here going at it. Gavin Morrison has been steady gaining on these guys. 1:11.8 is really fast out of Gavin Morrison. Not the fastest lap of the race. That's currently held by Dave Pinkston Jr., who would get that bonus point should the race end right now.
Seems like the top 5 here have really broken away from the rest of the pack. We have David Pinkston in first, got a decent gap. We got Javen, Dante, and Board Wharton all close in close proximity. Gavin trailing a bit behind them. Then we got a little more further gap to Slinky.
Yeah, Slinky about 6 seconds back. He has been steadily gaining a little bit of time, but he's looking at his lap times on the right-hand side of your screen. Just a little inconsistent. Hasn't been able to quite put together a couple of laps, but still not even to the halfway point of this race yet. Still has a lot of time to make up that gap.
And we know from qualifying, he can, when he put it all together, he can run the fastest lap out of any of these guys.
Yeah, Tucker looking to try to bounce back this week. He's had a rough last couple of weeks. Lost him the points lead to Gavin Morrison, who's currently in P5. He needs a good weekend under his belt. Needs to get a podium. He's been finishing outside the top 5 for the last 2 or 3 events. He needs to get some consistency, get some points back if he wants to still make a run at this championship towards the end of the season. A couple cars battling here for P8 back in the back. Landon Beach, Jack McKevitt going at it. Driven Derpy there as well. He's off the racetrack a little bit. As Crossout Birdie's around back there. Yatman a little further back in P12. I believe Boyd Wharton is starting to catch Dante Corrado a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. As the Isaiah
Gavin's
Smith
catching
machine.
up to Ward Burton a little bit behind him.
Isaiah Smith machine. Oh, that's not going to help Boyd Wharton at all. Boyd Wharton goes hard off of the racetrack in the turn 1. Heavy damage to the
Gavin
Caterpillar car. That's going to allow Gavin Morrison to slip past.
Look at these cars sliding around all these turns. Even when they're isolated, they're not battling someone else. These drivers are having a hard time controlling them at Goodwood.
Constant battle with the track here. Just maybe not even fighting the other drivers, more just racing the track more than anything else. Couple drivers.
Like you said before, this is a hard track to drive. Car makes it difficult, and with this track, it's not forgiving. If you make a mistake and you go off the track, you're going in the grass, you're going in the wall.
Couple drivers had to retire early, unfortunately. Crossout Birdie retired. Yatman has to retire. Some mechanical issues in the latter half of the pack here at Goodwood. As David Pinkston Jr. continues to lead here. The big 3 this season up front right now. I mean, David Pinkston Jr., Javen Tucker, Gavin Morrison, they have been the only drivers that have won races this season, and this is the 11th race, if I'm not mistaken, of this season. So a lot of wins between these guys, a lot of points. It's pretty much going to come down to one of these 3 for the championship. Ooh, is Ike Clockman back there in P6 is way off the racing surface. Able to keep it going straight. Rejoins the racetrack.
It's quite fitting that Pinkston, Tucker, and Morrison are in 3 of the top 4 positions right now.
They've just been able to put it together week in and week out. See, this series has been really designed to find the best driver in any track and car combination right now. Just to find out who's the best overall, you know, over anything that we may throw at them. And this race right here tonight is a huge car control event. You're constantly slipping, constantly sliding, have to turn the car with the throttle. So this is really testing the driver's skill in a sideways type of racing situation. And this is no slow speeds here at this track. We're hitting speeds upwards of 170 miles an hour here in this little narrow corners. So these cars are definitely hauling around here.
David Tucker is catching David Pinkston for the lead.
Definitely starting to get there. Let's take a look at the lap times. Look at the consistent lap times from David Pinkston Jr. 111, 112, 111, 111, 111. He has been on it. Of course, look at Javen Tucker. His last 4 laps have been all 111s, minus 113 a couple laps to go. But Tucker has been on a roll, and he's starting to track down this Pinkston Jr. machine. Now, that might be something that, see, like Dante Corrado is, because Dante Corrado's getting caught by Gavin Morrison. So Gavin Morrison and Dante Corrado, they want Javen Tucker to catch David Pinkston Jr. They want these 2 guys to start battling each other, want them to slow each other down, and so they'll be able to catch them up. Gavin Morrison. Ooh, Dante Corrado hard into the wall. He messes up big time. Corrado off the grass, heavy front end damage to the 24 car. Very, very tough break for Dante Corrado. That moves Gavin Morrison up in the P3 spot.
And Bard Warden into 4th.
But Warden has been quick. Look at him. He's been setting some decent 112 lap times. Not too far behind Gavin Morrison, but man, they have a ways to go if they want to try to run down these leader two. They would really need a caution flag to come out if they want to have a shot at this thing.
Javen's gap to David Pinkston's about stable. It's about 1.6 seconds.
We may see a pass here. Ooh, we got
I
a
would make him think about it.
pass going there. Rashad Metz going on to P. Ooh, Bord Wharton has slipped past Gavin Morrison there for P3. So Bord Wharton onto the podium. We got a car off the racing
Oh, we got a
serve.
crash in the chicane.
Crash in the chicane. Javen Tucker! Tucker's off the racing track!
Here comes Ward Burton.
Tries to slip past. Side by side now for P2. Burton.
This is perfect for David Pinkston.
Pinkston Jr. loves to see this. Gavin Morrison able to gain on these two battling side by side like this too. Ooh, nose to tail. Will there be some contact? Listening to the throttle out of the corner.
All I see is Gavin Morrison's car getting bigger in the rearview mirror.
He's definitely tracking these guys down, and these two guys, Tucker and Morrison, racing hard like this is helping him catch these guys. It makes it easier for Wharton or Tucker to make a mistake here, as Dave Pinkston Jr. is starting to scoot away a little bit here. What you really don't want to see is these two guys get together and bring out a caution. That's especially what David Pinkston Jr. does not want to see. It's Gavin Morrison, something happened to him there. I believe he made a mistake, went off track a little bit. He's fallen way back from these top two guys.
Tucker is on the bumper of Wharton.
Here you go. He's going to look to the left or right hand side of him, going into this corner. Well, Wharton chooses to try to make a move back. Can he send it in there? Not quite able to get there. Through the chicane. Tucker able to clear Wharton for P2. "17 laps down, a handful to go. Under 10 laps to go now. So
I'm not
start.
sure if Tucker's going to have enough time to catch up to Pinkston for the lead.
He'd really need Pinkston Jr. to make a huge mistake, and he's still got a rearview mirror full of Bord Wharton. Let's not forget about Bord. But I mean, a little while back, Gavin Morrison has dropped back to around. Ooh, Gavin Morrison off the racetrack again, slipping and sliding through the dirt. That allows Dante Corrado to catch him. Rashad Metz up in the P6, having a decent day, able to fight back after some early adversity. Ooh, Clockman sideways back there for P7. And a three-car battle back here for the last couple spots. Oh, they made contact! Now Pinkston Jr. does not want to hear these guys wreck back in the back. Three-car battle here for P8. McKevitt Beach. Oh, they made contact! Anyone able to keep it going straight, though?
Will they keep it clean through the chicane?
This would be a big thing here. Three cars. I think they spread out just a little bit enough to give everyone a clean thing. Oh, Jack McKevitt. A little slow through there. It opens the door for Drifting Derpy. He's able to slip past. And here comes Landon Beach, side by side for P8 here. Going to the turn 1. Oh, they both go off the racetrack. Here comes Landon Beach, slipping and sliding through the grass. They make more contact.
All three of them off the track.
All three of them, everybody in the grass. Racing as hard as they possibly can. Derpy off the racing surface again. Oh, there he is. Everyone dipping tires off back here. So we got a slow car on the surface. I believe everyone able to keep it going okay, though, for now. Hard battles going on throughout the pack. But, man, this race back here for P8 is a thriller right now. And got a battle going on here for P4 as Gavin Morrison is off the racetrack again. He loses that spot. He's off the racetrack again. Rashad Metz off the racetrack. Everyone able to keep it going straight. But, man, a lot of agricultural racing going on here tonight.
Gotta remember, on this type of racing surface at this track, it's so hard to keep your composure for 25 straight laps.
Haven't had a caution since the early race incident here. But, man, the way these guys are racing right now, I would not be surprised if we get another wreck here that brings out the caution that bunches this field back up here for under a 5 to 6 lap shootout here.
Just a reminder to all the viewers here, once we get past lap 22, we'll have a straight shoot. There will be no cautions past lap 22.
You know, I bet you Pinkston Jr. is just hoping and praying that he can get to the lap 22 mark. Just drifting Derpy. They're 3 wide there for a second back here for P8. Switching and swapping positions throughout the pack. Ooh, I hear a car. Dante Corrado able to keep it straight. This 3-car battle still going on back here in the back.
If they keep racing like this, and as long as they don't wreck, I don't want this to end.
They're racing hard back here in the back. A lot of these guys, man, Gavin Morrison's starting to just fade a little bit here. He's losing time to Rashad Metz. Morrison not looking too swift at the moment. He's dropped back in the latter half of the top 5. Maybe even lose a spot here in a little bit if Metz can gain enough time. But still over an 8.5 second advantage for David Pinkston Jr. as he crosses the stripe this time by complete lap number 21. So only 2 more laps that a caution can happen on. And David Pinkston Jr. might be able to seal away another win for this season. Still
Could
mostly
be a fun
spread out
battle to
now.
watch here.
Yeah, I think
P4,
Morrison.
5, 6.
I think Morrison's starting to gain a little bit more time, trying to get his composure back, get back in the groove here, and
Yeah,
go
look at
after
that.
Dante Corrado.
Look at that lap 20 split, 111.6.
It's a very fast lap. Now look at Tucker though. Tucker's at a 111.3. That might even have beat the pole lap here tonight. I'm not sure. I think the pole lap was a 111.2. So very close lap time, very fast lap time especially for 20 laps into this thing.
Unfortunately, might be a little bit too late though to catch David Pinkston.
They still got one more lap to go that a caution can happen on after the completion of lap number 22. So it'll be interesting to see if everyone keeps this thing straight and we can get to the checkered here as everyone's slipping and sliding back here in the back.
Seems like Jack McKevitt was able to separate himself a little bit from those two.
Tucker, I think, has slipped up a little bit. Tucker may actually start to follow the grasp of Board Wharton here in that 22 Caterpillar car.
It is fully spread out. You look at the map, you got cars all over every part of this track.
Yeah, cars all over the place. Let's see. Pinkston Jr. still has a pretty good lead here. He's just praying to make it around to that flag stand. He's got a couple more turns to go before he might be able to seal him away one should he keep this car clean. There it is, completion of lap number 22. No more cautions past this point. Should be smooth sailing for Pinkston Jr. should he be able to keep that car between the white lines.
10-second lead for Pinkston. This should be his win, deservedly so.
Now we take a look back here in P4. Corrado starting to fall a little bit to Gavin Morrison. Ooh, they almost made contact. Morrison had to go off the racetrack to avoid ramming the rear end of Corrado. Everyone able to luckily avoid contact though.
I think something happened to Rashad Metz. He was right behind Corrado and Morrison for a while. He must have fallen back.
It's really easy to make mistakes here. Just so many places to make mistakes, so many deceivingly fast corners that you think you can take a lot faster than you actually can, and leads to a lot of mistakes. So we got 3 laps to go here at Goodwood in the throwback race. Pinkston Jr. looking to close out another one here tonight. Can he get it done is the real question. Pinkston Jr. would be his 3rd win of the season if he can get it done. Oh, Gavin Morrison off the racing surface back there for P5. He's going to lose some time to Dante Corrado. 2 more laps to go for David Pinkston Jr. to seal away another win.
Morrison there is trying to be a bit more aggressive in the chicane, trying to gain some time on Dante Corrado. In the remaining laps, you got to take some chances. Got to do what you got to do.
Now, should Tucker make a mistake, Board Wurton is only about 2 seconds back, so we could make a pounce here, but still an excellent day for that 22 car. He has been fast all weekend long, and he could easily get a podium if he can keep it between the white lines. The white flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go for David Pinkston Jr. as he crosses the stripe. Who will be able to get it done? Slips past a lap car back there in the back. Tucker, 10 seconds to go before he has a shot to get to Pinkston Jr. Going to need a big mistake out of the leader. Board Wurton currently sitting P3. Ready to pounce should the top 2 tangle.
David Pinkston qualified 3rd tonight, but seemingly is definitely the best car here today.
He has been a really fast driver week in and week out. Maybe even starting to just slow down just a little bit, just manage that gap. You have 8 seconds to work with. You don't really have to push the car as hard as you normally would on this lap. You just got to bring it home and see that checker flag to seal away yet another GTO win.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed Javen Tucker cut the gap down from 11 to now it's a little over 9 seconds. Like he said, I think he's just being smart, just trying to cool it down, just bring it home in one piece.
Well, we talked about it all weekend. The dominance of the big 3. Well, the dominance continues. David Pinkston Jr., your 3rd win of the season. He wins the throwback race at Goodwood. P2, here comes Javen Tucker. Welcome back, Javen Tucker. A good points day for the Tuck. Crosses the stripe in P2. And P3, what a weekend for the 22 car. The Caterpillar car gets a 3rd place finish.
You talked about how Javen desperately needed a podium. Well, he definitely got one here. Good for him.
Dante Corrado spins across the line for P4. Gavin Morrison gets a top 5 out of P5. Rashad Metz P6. Mike Clockman P7. Drifting Derpy going to come around, negotiate the chicane one last time. He's going to finish P8 in his first ever GTO start. Not a bad start for him. Good top 10. He crosses the stripe. Here comes Jack McKevitt P9. Lana Beach P10. So let's dial up tonight's winner. Let's talk to David Pinkston Jr., see how he is feeling as we see him celebrating here in Victory Lane. David, able to close out another win here tonight, third win on the season. How does it feel to be able to dominate this one at Goodwood?
Feels good. Just happened to make fewer mistakes than everybody else, and was just quick enough to hold off Javen from catching me, and was able to win.
Congratulations on the win here tonight. Now, you still have a shot at the championship, have a little bit of some work to do. So how do you feel like this is going to help your championship chances?
I feel like it closes the gap, and I might have a chance towards the end, but still got a good chunk of the season left, so we'll see if I actually have a chance.
Well, congratulations on the win here tonight. It was fun to watch. Let's talk to the P2 finisher, Javen Tucker. Let's see if we can dial him up. Let's see if we can find him here. What's up, Javen? Finished P2. Man, you had a rough last couple of weeks finishing outside of the top 5. Just didn't quite have it. Had some mishaps, but man, P2 here tonight. Not a bad showing. How you feeling after this one?
Feeling pretty good. The speed was definitely there. I feel like we're the fastest car on track, but I don't know what happened. The car just hooked and spun into the grass at one point, and that was our race after that. And it was just trying to catch back up and hoping for the best. But
now you're in a tight points battle with Gavin Morrison, and you finished a couple spots ahead of him. He still finished P5. So how does that kind of help you with the championship hopes, and how you feeling going into the last couple races of the season?
Well, I mean, definitely helps a little bit, keeping it a little bit closer, but we need to get wins if we want to keep this championship hope alive.
Well, congratulations on a P2 finish here tonight. Nothing to be ashamed of out of the Javen Tucker camp. Now, let's talk to one of the drivers we've all been waiting to talk to. P3 here tonight for Board Wharton. Let's talk to the number 22 driver. What's up, Board? P3 for the Caterpillar car. How you feeling after that amazing podium?
You know, Miles, this weekend we actually put a radio in the car, and I was telling the guys, let's put the fake radio that's made out of Mallory for ballast, but they're like, no, we need the real radio because there's going to be cautions. It's going to be hectic. We only had one caution, so I just kept that thing wide open and in between the lines. I didn't go off track once, and I think that's why we finished third, and we brought the skid steer car home third. And what else can you ask for on a great weekend?
Man, an amazing weekend by you. Just what does it feel like to be able to just kind of turn things around? Had a last rough little bit of the season, but man, able to close out a podium here tonight. Just how does it feel to be able to get?
Really lucky that I was nowhere near Rashad this time. So that helped. I wanted to wreck Javen at points, but he was quicker than me, so I just let him go.
Well, congratulations on that podium. Don't party too hard with the Caterpillar camp. So, what an amazing finish here tonight. Amazing race. Let's take a look at the final finishing order here. Dave Pinks Jr., P1, of course. P2, Javen Tucker. He got the fastest lap, and that bonus point will help him out a little bit. Board Wharton, P3, P4. Dante Corrado, P5. Gavin Morrison, P6. Rashad Metz, P7. Ike Clockman, P8 will be Drifting Derpy. P9 will be Jack McKevitt. P10, Landon Beach. P11, Crossout Brady. P12, Isaiah Smith. And P13, Yatman. So, man, an amazing race here tonight. Thank you, Carson, for joining us in the booth here tonight. Was an absolutely amazing event. Anything you'd like to add before we sign off here?
First of all, thanks again, Miles, for having me. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, that was a great race to watch at Goodwood. I definitely enjoyed the challenge it was for these drivers to come here. It definitely could see the struggle. I mean, we saw so many cars out of control, going back and forth, struggling, going in the grass, hitting the wall, spinning out, struggling through the chicane. It's a great challenge. I mean, we have a lot of great drivers here, and it's a good challenge for them. I'm glad that it seemed like everyone had fun, and it's a good race. Thanks again for having me.
And no problem. We hope to have you back next week. But thank you all for watching us. And by the way, Carson, congratulations on winning Talladega earlier today too. But man, just thank you all for watching here tonight. Hope to see you all the next time around for some more great GTO racing. David Pinkston Jr., winner in the throwback race at Goodwood. Y'all have a great rest of your evening.